Have you ever wanted to beat your family, friends, or even just random people at something as simple as fantasy football, but just didn't do your research or went off the basic ESPN rankings, and time again you would fall short of a championship? Well, look no further, because I have compiled a guide so easy that you will be able to get an edge on your opponents by watching a simple YouTube video. And if you watch this entire video, I swear to God you will be able to destroy your Uncle Rico in demolishing fashion.
Idiot!
What is up, guys? If you did not already know, my name is Ethan, and before I start the video, I would really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button, and you never know, maybe it could help you land the top pick in this year's draft. So I have about 8 years of experience playing fantasy football, and let me tell you, I have made plenty of mistakes. I dropped Cam Newton during his rookie year for Colt McCoy, and lost my championship game thanks to Robbie Gould's missed field goal. But I learned from those mistakes, and taking my fantasy experience, I have only 3 simple steps to help you not become a dumbass during draft day and ultimately get you that championship ring you desire so much. So with all that being said, let's get started. So the first thing you have to do is make sure you draft 2 running backs in the first 3 rounds. Trust me when I say this, there is a ton of depth at the wide receiver position in fantasy this year, but running backs are as scarce as ever. This means if you have the first pick, don't fucking draft Aaron Rodgers. Be smart and draft a top running back. This goes for the first 4 picks as well, not just the first pick. No matter what, if you have the top 4 pick, take either Todd Gurley, Le'Veon Bell, Zeke Elliott, or David Johnson, who are easily the 4 best running backs this year. The only time I would opt to take a receiver in the first round is if all 4 of these guys are gone and Antonio Brown is still available, or if you have a late pick where you can take DeAndre Hopkins or Julio Jones, and then take a running back in the second round. If you don't have 2 running backs going into the third round, it will be tough for you to find a solid running back for the rest of the draft. However, and I repeat, do not panic if you have no idea who the hell any of the players are. Players such as Rex Burkhead, Joe Mixon, and Kenyon Drake all don't have popular names in the league yet, but they all are starters on their teams. The second thing you have to do is take a quarterback late. There is an insane amount of depth at the quarterback position this year, including solid players such as Phillip Rivers and Matt Ryan not even being drafted in some leagues. You could literally not draft a single QB until the last round and still end up with a solid quarterback. Just think about that for a second. That's like insane. The only players that I say are worth getting between about round 4 and round 9 are honestly only Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, Cam Newton, Deshaun Watson, and maybe even Drew Brees. These are the above average players that will get you more points than the rest, but in the long run don't make a huge difference. What you should do is stack up on running backs and wide receivers for about 6 rounds, and do not get worried if quarterbacks are getting picked left and right. In a 12-team league, even if the other 11 members choose a quarterback before you, there are still plenty of options for a starter and maybe even a backup, so unless Aaron Rodgers is available round 5, wait on your quarterbacks. The final piece of advice I have to give to all of you is to make sure you don't draft players with the same bye week. I personally think this is the most underrated thing in fantasy football and can give you a huge advantage if you use it correctly. Now the key to bye weeks is just making sure you don't have the same bye weeks within the same position. For example, if you have a quarterback whose bye week is in week 9, you have to make sure you don't draft a quarterback who also has a week 9 bye as well. This way you won't have any holes in your lineup when that week comes and will save you a lot of hassle and time adding and dropping players from your lineup. However, with running backs and receivers, it isn't a big deal if you have a couple of players who share the same bye week, because you should have at least 4 players at those positions. So that is going to wrap up the video. I hope this helped you guys out a lot, and again, I would really appreciate if you guys hit that subscribe button. And as always, this is Ethan signing out.